is Chandra Crawford, and this is Gabby Lovelace, and Michael Thomas is filming. And today we are going to be teaching you about the law of demand. The goal of human action in the case of consumption of goods and services is to meet the needs of everyday life. To obtain goods and services necessary, sacrifice in the form of a price to pay. The amount of goods and services that wish and are able to be purchased by consumers at various price levels at a certain time is called demand. We will now be conducting an experiment to give a proper visual aid and understanding of how the law of demand is regulated, and you will see that by Gabby. As you can see, Gabby is writing numbers up here for the price of candy bars. This experiment will be demonstrating the relationship between the price of candy bars and Mel's individual demand for the candy bars in quantity. You can see where at $5 a candy bar, Mel is not buying any candy bars because the price is too high and he doesn't want to spend the money to get it. But as the price gets lower, you can see where he starts buying more and more of the candy bars because he can afford it a lot easier and he's willing to. Over here, we will now be adding 4 more consumers to the mix to show the resemblance in quantity demand for the candy bars. They'll be represented by Cindy, Ben, Mark, and Sarah. As you can see, Mel and Mark are our richest consumers, and Cindy and Sarah cannot afford a large quantity of the pricey candy bars. The last column over here represents the market demand, which is the total demand of all individual consumers of the market.
What relationship can we see between price and quantity demanded?
As the price of candy bars goes down, the quantity demanded of candy bars goes up. At low prices, high numbers of candy bars are consumed, while at high prices, only a few candy bars are consumed. According to our demand schedule, there is an inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded. Next, we will be creating the market demand curve for our previous. And as you can see here, we have price as the y-axis and quantity as the x-axis. And Gabby's going to finish the drawing so I can explain more to you. Notice at the higher prices, the quantity demanded is very low, and as the price falls, the quantity demand for candy bar increases significantly. The demand curve is a curve that describes the relationship between price and quantity demanded. To illustrate the demand curve, price is considered as the dominant factor, while other factors will be considered fixed or unchanging or constant. The law of demand states when prices rise, quantity demanded will fall, and if the price falls, quantity demanded will rise. Based on the above laws can be described or graphed demand curve. As you can see, this is the demand curve, and as I said, as the price is higher, there's not as much quantity being bought, and then as the price continually gets lower, there's more and more being bought. Ceteris paribus is the term that is also well known. As you can see up there, we have it wrote up there. It's a Latin term used in economic law, especially in terms of the law of demand. It explains that all other things are being equal or held constant. This term claims that there is an inverse relationship between price and quantity demanded for all goods, services, and productive. There are many reasons for the law of demand. There are three rationales that represent the law of demand. One of them being income effect, another one being substitution effect, and there's also the law of diminishing marginal utility. Income effect is as price of goods fall, even if the consumer income stays the same, the purchasing power of their income increases. But if goods rise, it's as if their purchasing power has fallen. Substitution effect, this can be explained by the fact that most goods and services have substitutes, which means that there are other goods that are similar that consumers could buy instead of the original good. For example, if a price of Gatorade falls, other sports drinks, even if the price stays the same, appear to be getting more expensive. Powerade might be $4 a bottle like Gatorade, but if Gatorade falls to $2 a bottle, Powerade suddenly seems more expensive. Chances are that consumers will substitute Gatorade and less Powerade. The law of diminishing marginal utility, usually we don't use this one economic law to explain another, but for the sake of the argument, it will greatly benefit the quality of our presentation. If I happen to buy 5 Gatorades, after drinking the first one, if I want another one, immediately after that, the second one doesn't taste as good as the first, and so on. The rationale is that for me to continue to buy Gatorade, the price must continue to get lower and lower because the value I place on the first bottle may be $5, but since the second one doesn't taste as good, I'm probably only willing to pay $3 for the others, and so on after that presentation over the operations of economic law of demand. Again, this is Chandra, Crawford, Gabby, Lovelace, and Michael Thomas, and we appreciate you taking time out to watch our video. Thank you.
How's it going?
It is?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. You're good at that. Okay. There are many reasons for the law of demand. Economic rationale, there are 3 rationales that represent the law of demand. I shouldn't have said that shit. There are many reasons for the law of demand. There are 3 rationales that represent the law of demand. What? There are many reasons for the law of demand. There are 3 rationales that represent the law of demand. Income effect is one, substitution effect is another. This concludes our presentation over the operations of economic law of demand. Again, this is Chandra, Crawford, Gabby, Lovelace, and Michael